Good morning everybody, it's Denise here from Denise Junk Journals UK, and my weather report today is in North Lincolnshire. It's looking sunny. Okay, so it's very early, I'm up and it's pre-breakfast. I have had one cup of tea. Oh no, I've had a cup of tea and a cup of coffee, sorry, I had one in bed. And I'm coming on to do a one-off project with you, hopefully. So hello everybody and welcome. Hi there to the new subscribers. I had another little influx. It's lovely to have you here, and hi to everybody else who's been with me a while, especially those that chat and comment to me, comment in the box below. It's lovely talking to you guys again, thank you. So this is about a November-December challenge that's been set by the Facebook group Tattytreasure and Friends. So it's a Facebook group set up by Tanya, who is Tattytreasure on YouTube and Facebook obviously, and Etsy. Yeah, she has Etsy shop, Tattytreasure. So November-December's challenge is based around a freebie that Tanya has put up. It's on her Buy Me a Coffee page, but you don't have to buy her a coffee. It's a complete freebie. It's just a good place for her to put them up there. And it's quite a decent kit actually. So it's been made by Nanine at Collage Type, especially for Tanya, and it actually goes with Nanine's winter botanical kit, which is a beautiful kit. There are a few creators on YouTube at the minute making journals with it, and it's lovely. So that is Collage Type on Etsy. Okay, so I feel like an announcer. So what I'm going to do, I think I put a picture up on Facebook, so some of you will have seen it. I've started project, so I'm going to do an envelope folio with it. So that was just me doing a bit of a prototype. So there are, I think it might be 4 pages in the kit actually, might be wrong. I've had mine cut out a while now. I downloaded it twice because I wanted to create a project with all the elements of the kit and very little else, only basic things that you might have around you. So there is this page, isn't that gorgeous? And that page, so 2 separate pages. I've just done them back to back. I'll show you why in a moment. And actually I've got one here as well. Yeah, I'll show you what I've done, but I have started it. So I also printed that one. I've chopped the ends off, look, back to back on itself, and I've also printed that gorgeous one on vellum. Okay, so those 2 pages, and then there is a set of pockets, which are these, I believe, because I've printed them out twice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the pockets. My in camera there. Yeah, a couple of tags. There are some little decorative elements. So we've got 4 faux postage stamps. We have got 4 lozenge, are they? Lozenge shape labels, or perhaps I have to put them on the wood so you can see them. What would you call them? Tickets, maybe? Labels? Yeah, there's another one that says love. I've stuck it on this pocket, which is why it's not there. Okay, so I think one of the pages I only printed out once. And there is some washi, 3 strips of it, or tapes. So there's 2 still on the, not cut them out yet. And here's one that I've actually just, I just wanted to see what it looked like backed on a bit of straw paper. So it needs cutting out and inking and what have you, but yep, so the tapes. And this is just my scraps. See how tiny they are from matting the envelopes. So what else did I have with me? I also cut up one of the tags just for some little elements, so that was off one of the tags. This one, look, just to show you how you can just use one small kit to make lots of different things. Yep, and that was just a bit left from there that I thought might be good. So we've got tags, we've got embellishments, we've got strips, pockets. I'm going to swap those pockets for these. They're exactly the same except for all I've done is stick that one love lozenge on there, just so that it was a bit fancier, and you'll see why in a minute. And then I've also used So 2 of these craft card and envelopes. Now you can, if you're wanting to replicate this, you can use any envelopes, you know, even used ones, and any bits of card you've got lying around. You don't need these specifically. I buy these and I have a lot of them in from a shop. Let me take them out of the crinkly packet. From a shop called The Works in the UK. I use more of the envelopes than I do the craft cards, but I think, yeah, they were £3 and I think you get 30. You get 30 in them? I think so. I might be wrong there, don't quote me on that, but yeah, you know, and they are lovely, lovely thick craft cards. And you get like the, you know, so I get craft cards to play with as well. I don't make cards out of them, which is what I think they're for. Okay, so I've used 2 of those. So I've used the envelope to make the envelope folio. So I'll get rid of, well, I'll show you it in a minute, but then I've got the 2 insides to use in this project. I've also used a piece of straw paper, but it doesn't have to be straw paper. It could be tea or coffee dyed paper. It could just be a plain piece of paper out of your printer. It could be a page out of a book, anything. Okay, so no special papers needed. And I just, I've got these just lying around, so I just brought them in case I wanted a tiny piece. I've used them from another project, so, you know, maybe just a little, I might not even use a bit, but I might just use a tiny bit for collaging, we'll see. Okay, and that's all I've used as far as I can think. Just the piece of vellum that I printed on. Right, I've lost my little folio now, here it is. Okay, so let me take the middle out to show you. So I've just made a 2 envelope folio really easily by inking all the way around the envelopes, sticking them in there like that and gluing them down. Yep, so I put glue on that flap and put it in there like that, and then I glued that flap and glued it down flat, so I guess you're kind of just making a cover. And then I matted it. So on the front I chose this paper, so it's just a page of one-sided, matted it onto there, which is why I ended up with these little tiny bits. That's all that was left. And then on the other side I matted it onto there so that it's open here. So I'm sure you've seen me do it before, but so when you put it down, you only put glue on this bit, not on this bit if you want it to stay open. Well, I did. So only put glue on that bit, and then you just glue that edge down closed. I have done it in I don't know, a couple of weeks ago in a what did I do? I did yeah, Victoria Designs Snow and Ice folio. I think I used 4 maybe of the envelopes there, but it's exactly the same thing. So what I'm going to do now is open that side. Now you don't have to open the side, you could open the top, but I'm going to have the sides open. That wasn't very straight, was it? Shall we try that one again? That's better. Yeah, I've gone into my mat now, but that doesn't matter. And the same here. So you only need a very tiny bit off. Maybe I should have done it with the scissors. I just don't cut very straight with the scissors, especially something tough like this. Yep, so I've now got it open front and back to store things in. Can you see in there? Oh, it's stuck down. You have to be careful with your glue when you're matting it. It has a little bit. Let me just open that. Oh. Now, I don't want to rip my paper. Maybe I should have opened it straight away. Just a tiny blob in there that's stuck. Please don't rip. Ah, phew. Oops, there's a bit there as well. So I must have got a bit close to the edge. Let's see what I'm doing in here. Don't rip that. Perhaps my ruler's a bit slimmer. So you can see, can you see where the bump is there? It's not quite, ooh, it's not quite opening, so I can probably only put something into there. I don't want to rip that, but that's okay. Is the back one open then? Oh, yeah, definitely should have opened it and poked it while it was wet, I guess. Yeah, so the same thing, I've got to about here. So that was my mistake, but still, that's a big enough, it's going to be a big enough card, especially if I'm going to use these. Yeah. And how far will it go in that one? About the same. Oops. Yeah, about the same. Yep, so one of those will be the journal cards for in there. And shall we cut a hole in the so this is a 1 3/4 inch punch. Right, I think I'll have it on the inside, and I'm going to measure to get it in the middle. So I'm not going to put a closure on this, I don't think. I hadn't planned to anyway. So 9 1/4. Yep, 9 and 9 is 18, that's right. Excuse me hiccuping. I'm obviously ready for another cup of tea. 9 1/4. Forgot what I was saying. Was I saying anything? Whoops. Okay, so it sounds like the gentleman next door is starting to, I don't know, not drilling, what is it when you kind of sanding but on metal? I don't know what that's called. So looks like it's going to be a noisy morning. I thought getting up this early I'd beat them all to it, but obviously the sunshine has got them all out the beds again. Okay, so we've now got the cover basically. I think I'm going to sew the signature in, I think, but you could tie it in. Now I think I said this before, I think it's called Missouri style, but I'm not sure. I've not really had a go at it yet. I really ought to have a go sometime. I don't know, I'll see. I'll see as I get towards the end of this what I think to having a go at that. So let me just cut one of these down now while this is here, and then I can put it away. So what do we think? Shall we do it? We'll do it at 11 and then see them at 11. See how much we've got sticking out. What do you think? 1/2 centimetre? I suppose we ought to do them individually because there might be slightly different sizes. So let's go 10.5. I don't think that didn't look like 1/2 centimetre. Well, it was. Yep, so I'll leave that one in there, I think. I feel a sneeze coming on, so you'll have to excuse me if you suddenly do. Oh, there we go. Oh, found my tissue. Just in time. Right. That's left a nice little hinge lock. Definitely need to save that for something. This one. So I hope you're all well. Getting ready for, well, the UK and this way on, we're getting ready for winter. What's that? Which is in the morning, first thing you can tell it's upon us. Yeah, so it's yeah, you are quite stuck. Come on, be nice to me. Don't rip. Oops, that was lucky, Denise. I nearly did. Yeah, that's in. It's gone in too far at the top. Yeah. So I think I'll probably have tabs or something on there just to keep them straight, but I'll leave them in there for now. Get rid of that now. Get a bit of space going on. Yep, so they're matted down. Did I inked it first? Yeah, I did. Yes, all round, because once it's matted it's pretty tricky to ink it. Thought for a minute then I had that upside down. I haven't. The writing's the right way. Okay, so then what did I decide on? Well, this was the next thing that I thought about. So I printed this on one side. Have I got one here to show you? I have. So I took this one, which I printed that on one side and the other sheet on the other, and then I made a huge pocket with the straw paper. So I'll show you how I did that. I simply, what I like size-wise, so I cut them to the same size just about. I'll make this one up and show you. I'm sure it will go in something. Instead of constantly saying this is how I did it. Yeah, I had to make it smaller. I'm sure. I think more cut off. Yes, I was telling you yesterday about me and my borderless printing. These had already been printed off when I was telling you that. I'm trying to get my printing done when it's quiet here, just because I don't know, but my printer sounds really loud. Now it might just be that I'm aware there's other people in the house. So my nephew lives with us now, or we live with him, whichever way around you want to think about it. He's 17, so he's in bed, and he will be for a good while, I expect, because we've just had the weekend and he's been weekend off, so he's been out enjoying himself with his friends. Yeah, so I feel like when I print, it sounds really loud if someone's in bed. It probably isn't, because the house it's a really old house, and it's you know, the walls are nice and thick, and it's not the conservatory here, but the rest of the house is really well soundproofed. What am I doing? This. Yeah, so I feel like I don't want to print when he's in bed. And I've asked him and he said he can't hear it. Same with the sewing machine, I just don't, but it takes the joy away, doesn't it, if you feel like you're disturbing somebody. 25.5. Yeah, so the reason I do my straw paper like this, cut it one edge, is so that the strips are a more usable size. So I've got that strip to use as a scrap now, instead of two really skinny ones if I folded it over first. Yeah, so once I've printed and I start a project, I don't like to print again until everybody's up, and even then, if he's up and about and got his friends around or watching TV or whatever, you're aware that there are other people in the house. I'm used to having it to myself. Yep, so that's going to fit in there. It needs to be slightly inside. You can see there, it's slightly smaller, just so that either when you glue it or you stitch it, you're catching it in. So then all I do is, let me just move that over a bit, because I have a feeling you weren't seeing that. Fold it nearly into the middle, but not quite. I'm sure you've seen, if not done, pockets like this. One-sided pockets, if not double. Yeah, so as close to the middle as you can, but not too much, not too close to the middle. That will be stitched all that way into the signature. Yep, so like that. So when it goes on the page like that, and you don't have to sew it, you can just glue it. Works fine just glued. So you've got a pocket then each side. Yeah, I was thinking what I did next. Now, because of bulk, I always take this bit off, and when you've got a paper like this, the scraps are also usable, but you don't have to if you had a particularly thin book page, or a bit of a strange angle. That bit can go in the bin. Thin book page, or copy paper or something like that. You can glue the whole triangle down, you don't have to cut it off. Whoops, sorry. I bang you because I've got like an undershelf there. You can probably see this bit of it. It's just perfect for putting my glue papers on, because if you've... Oh, this glue stick always sticks the lid on. Crikey. Oh, that's it, sorry. Yeah, if you've seen me crafting for a while, you'll know that I'm always losing or looking for glue paper. I've had 1,000 different places to keep it, so now I never know where it is. And at the moment, that's proving to be an excellent choice because it's always there. It's just right next to the tripod. So when I reach for it, you often get a knock. Okay, so yeah, and it's as easy as that. So I did glue it down before I stitched it. What I didn't do and wished I'd done was ink it actually down that side there. Oh, that's green. What? It just makes it stand out that little bit more. It's very thin, this straw paper. Well, not thin, not, what's the word I'm looking for? Flexible, pliable. Yeah. Not very, it's not very stiff, whatever the opposite to stiff is in the instance of paper. Yeah, so I definitely didn't do that one on, and it's not the end of the world when you don't ink, obviously, but it does just make it pop a little bit. You can see as well that this is a different coloured straw paper. I've got 2 different colours in the pack, and they come from, where did I get them from? What glue did I use? That one, I think. Julie at Camellia Crafts. Yeah, Camellia Craft Designs, I think, on Etsy. So the conservatory's warm now. It was very, very cold when I first got up, but as well as you know, the radiator from the central heating, I now have a little portable gas fire in here, which is amazing at heating the place up. And once it warms up, come on glue, will you warm up? Yeah, once it warms up, it's very hot. There we go. Yep, so I will, there's my nice straight line. I will sew this down. So I'm not going to, oops, up a little bit. I'm not going to put a lot of glue in it because my sewing needle doesn't like it on my machine. But if you were just gluing, so I'm going to stitch it, is that what I said? If you're just gluing, you'd glue up there as well. And I could have done with it a little bit higher there, actually, couldn't I? That wasn't very clever. I put a blob of glue where there's no paper. Yeah, so ideally you need it to meet at the top as well. I've done it again. Oh, I know why. Because I didn't check the size of the paper for the envelope. I bet I need some off the top of there. You see, I was right. I'm going to turn it. Now we're at the top. I think I stitched all the way around on this one and caught. Yes, I did. Look, I just caught the top when I stitched. But the glue on its own will be more than enough, even at the top. As long as you're not too rough with it when you're putting things in and out, but it's a nice big pocket, so you shouldn't have to, it's not like it's going to have anything too big or tight in it. Just seeing if I've got something to pop in it. Yeah, so it doesn't need a, oh, it's nice, doesn't it? It doesn't need anything massive. Okay, so this is going to go in another one, it's not the one we're making. Yeah, so I made that, I'll keep those little scraps just in case. So I made that middle piece, and then I thought that is all I was going to do initially. I thought, yeah, that can just be a couple of big journaling cards, a couple of these pockets I was thinking on here. That one's bigger, isn't it? And then a couple of big ones in the middle, and then I thought I'd probably need something in the middle. I couldn't decide. But it wasn't enough, so I then went for just a double page of this. Same both sides, because I thought that was good for journaling on. And put it on there like that, because I definitely want that in the middle. You don't have to have that in the middle. You know, it can just be a single pocket one side and single pocket the other. Do you know, quite like that now I've done it, but let's see. and I decided I needed something on the outside of that, so that's when I went with the vellum. So all I did was trim it to size. So now I was thinking a pocket on here instead of on the front cover, because that's got that in it. So I put a pocket on there. That's got that pocket behind it. And now I'm thinking I put that other one in the middle. I'm thinking I'd like one in the middle again. And I do have one here, so let's do it. So that would be 3 of these printed out now. I've trimmed one side. Of course, you don't have to just stick to, if you're having a go at this with these papers, you don't have to just stick to the papers that you got. You could put, you know, you could do it with a different digital kit, or you could put lots of other papers mixed in with it, other book pages, like I said, mixed in with it. Now that would be too big, isn't it? Let's remember. Can't remember what size I went for. 20 something, I believe. Oh no, that must have been a cross. So 17 3/4. Shall we go that way this time? That way. Just make it slightly different. Hope you can see. So all these little bits I'm cutting up are just giving me bits that I can collage with. And I think I rounded the corners. I did. Rounded the corners and inked that one. So I'll do the same in the middle. I didn't that one. One because of the stitching, and 2 because it just gives it slightly different, a different look. You do them both together? I think you will. Yes. Green again. What am I doing? Let's have this over here. Some ink on it as well. So all you really need to do is to be able to print off a kit, and you can have loads of fun. And I appreciate there are people out there who don't have printers, and this must be so frustrating. I know when I very first started junk journaling I didn't. It was only about 4 weeks until I got one, but yeah, very frustrating when you see people downloading beautiful digitals. But you can do this, remember, you can do it with any kind of papers at all, and you don't even have to have envelopes. If you haven't got envelopes, you could just do it with, you could either make envelopes out of the papers you've got, you know, just fold them over and make them into envelopes, or you can just make a cover. Just glue 2 or 3 or 4 pieces of paper together to make a thick cover. Piece of card from a cereal box, anything. Don't let anything stop you crafting. Aha. Cut it one way and not the other. £125. I know I should have just made it from scratch on camera, but I started this while I had something uploading, and I can't do both, can't film and upload. That looked a bit wonky, didn't it? Let's try 12.5 on here. No, it's right. Yeah, and I was just dying to, I just sat down thinking, right, what shall I do with it? And you know how it is, started playing. I was thinking, oh, I'll just put the envelopes together, I'll just do this, I'll just do that. Before I knew I had it half made. But that meant I could put a picture on on Facebook and tease you all about what was coming. All of these papers just go together so well. So I'm currently doing Nanine's Christmas Botanical, and it really goes with this winter kit that she's doing. What am I doing? I'm going in the middle. That's better. And then with that lovely vellum on there, we've nearly made a journal, never mind Oh, what is a folio? I think a folio is just something with lots of pockets in. Maybe some flaps, isn't it? Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, that's all we need. So or I have got some gold. I don't know if gold's going to go, but let me have a go. So trying something new on camera here, so it may not work. I don't know where I got this from. I've had it a long time. It could have been gifted from one of my husband's work colleague's mum, or could be from my sister. What do we want? Just double, do you think? It's quite thin. Did just go around it once? I don't know. I maybe should have looked this up before I had a go. I've got plenty of it to play with anyway, haven't I? Yeah, probably shouldn't have cut it short either. So I think you just actually tie it in like that, and then everything just slides in it. Yeah, definitely should have cut it longer to allow me to tie it. Never mind, that will go into tags in the red and green and gold journal. That may be occurring soon. So I am going to sew a signature on camera tomorrow with you, or two. I'm going to sew my signatures into my Christmas. Oh, I'm quite liking that. How do you keep it in the right spot though? Should it go around twice? Should it be fastened in the middle? No, I don't think so. Let's try it and see. Maybe it should have a bigger spine. Whoops. Maybe I should tie it without the papers in and then fit them in. Yeah, you're not in the middle now, but I can do that in a minute. So if I do that there, what is going to make it stay there is what I want to know. Now I've seen these in the shops with elastic centerpieces, you know, this bit made out of elastic. I need to be on the envelope square. Let's just tie it and give it a go, because I can just snip it off, can't I, if it doesn't work. I have a feeling my fingers might be in the way of you seeing. Sorry. But I think it needs to be reasonably tight. I've let go of it now. Oops. Well, just kind of hold it in. I don't think I might have done it too tight. Maybe it's supposed to sit round the front. Let's have a look. Maybe you put a hole in. Certainly an easy way to bind something not too heavy. Now it's my belief that Traveller's Notebooks, so it does move about though, doesn't it? That Traveller's Notebooks, I don't dislike it though. I'm just thinking if somehow I could fasten that down. What do you think? Do you like it? Are we in the middle? Well, the thing is, it's got a lot of give, hasn't it? So that's the whole point of everything being able to come out, I guess. You take things out and work on them and put them in. Like that. I think I'm going to leave it. I wonder if to just put some washi, just to hold it in a couple of places. What do you think? Oh, this is the kind of crafting I love, where you just creating new things. My other concern is I'm about to put pockets on it. Trying to open a crease there. Does that go? Not sure the green's dark enough. Now this one is a Christmassy one really, because it's got an odd candy cane on it. But it's more of the green now. I like the holly better. And I'm getting hot. Whew. I need to just go turn that fire off a minute. Oh, gosh, that's better. It was hot as well. Right, so I haven't done anything. I did just go over and turn it off and come back, so I still haven't made a decision. I do quite like it actually. It's different, isn't it? I think I'm going to leave it. I think I'll leave it as is, and I'm just going to stick the pockets in. Right, so I've got 4 pockets with the kit. Oh, and I've got this. Right, I was going to back this onto, we need this to be drying, don't we? So I'm going to back this onto, let's move that out of the way. It's creating havoc. And so is that ruler. That's it. That in the bin. That with the scraps. Okay. Let's just cut this into 2. I was thinking of putting 4 pockets in and 4 tags. Well, I've only got 2 tags here. I'm thinking if I stick 1 on each of these, I'm hoping to get another tag. Be slightly slimmer, won't it? But yeah, not an awful lot. So another tag out of each one of those. And just leave the right, shall I just, yeah, I will just glue stick them. Yeah, just leaving the craft card to write on the back as it matches the envelopes and the journal cards that are in the front and back pocket. Glued it well because I'm not going to sew this one, they're just going to be cut round. Oops. Don't know if I'm off camera again there. Be near the edge anyway. Not quite got that on there, have I? It's down though. It's staying, I think. Yep, so I'll do the same with this one. Let's just cut that off now, and I can see what size tag I've got to work with for the other one. That over there, but it really should have been a scrap, shouldn't it? Let's put it in the bin. A scrap, rubbish I meant. Oh, don't start knocking down, Mr. Next Door. You've been good so far. Right, try not to knock it as I put it back. Yeah, so it's turned out to be a really beautiful day here. My hubby's at work. Bless him, he's gone with raging earache. He, I think I might have told you before a long time ago, he doesn't do ill, my husband, so he's a real, he puts up with pain sometimes when he shouldn't, because I mean earache's not good, is it? It's not going to go away on its own. I mean, we've done all the over-counter remedies. He obviously needs to go and see a doctor with it, but not enough hours on in the day for his job, and really looking after the rest of us at this moment in time, I have to say, bless him. So I hope it's gone off a bit for him. But yeah, so it's just me and my nephew, and oh, what's that glue? I don't expect I'll be seeing much of him probably before tea time, if I'm honest. But oh, to be young, been there myself, done it myself. That's what life's about, isn't it, when you're young? So yeah, I just wanted to do those so they'd be drying. And I was going to look at these pockets, wasn't I? So I was just wondering, so there are 2 slightly bigger. I think they're all the same width though, they are. Is that glue on me now? Fluff. So these are going to be too small, aren't they, for in there? Yes. So now I need to decide. Shame that rabbit's at the bottom, isn't it? Quite like that one in there. So I'll have this in the darker one, the red one. So we're going with the shorter 2. Yeah, with those. So I'm going to have to make a couple of tags for these two, so I can do that with music paper. Ruler. I'm really getting into this measuring malarkey, aren't I? So 8 centimetres. I'll do it that way, do you think? No. Just cut it down roughly because I don't want a lot of that on there. If we cut it across about 15, do you think? No, let's do 15.5 because we are going to trim it. I'm only doing it rough. I'll trim it on the guillotine. I'm just thinking of folding it over on itself, really. Show you my lovely cutting, my lovely straight line. Just glue it to itself, and then oops, why did I press so hard there? I don't know, but I really did press and created a mess. So it's kind of creamy paper, this music paper, so it will go with the kit. Oops, stuck to the page now. So the glue will help it dry a little bit stiffer as well. And then I'm thinking I can collage the back with a bit of the straw paper that we had left over. Some of these, yeah, just to make some writing spots. Got to close that washi up, Denise. And I'll do the same again with another one. I'll keep those scraps for now. That side. I folded in the nice side, didn't I? Noodle. I don't suppose it'd be a matter, it'll be mostly covered. Right, what we're going for? 16 ish. I think I'm getting ready for my breakfast. I'm getting the shakes a little bit now. Of course, I've lost track of time and I've stopped the camera, so I don't know how long I've been filming. I expect this will be a long one. I was going to, I still am hoping to just do it in one, but I'm thinking those journal cards in the front and the back might need a bit of time. Unless I make them very, very simple. Yeah, they're definitely too big. But what they need to do is dry and be cut down. Put a lid on that then. Give those a few minutes and see where these are going. Let's ink the pockets round. There's another heavy-handed blob. It's becoming my trademark, that. Just one thick inking blob. Look, can you see it? It is distressed, but it wasn't intentional. Not that piece. Oh, this is another one of my favourite little bits. Just something about the combination of everything there. The ledger, the holly, that little harlequin pattern. That one's inked because I did it when I stuck that love on it. Yeah, so what I'd really like to do is get it finished, because I'm finding that I'm not finishing things off if I don't finish them off on camera. And I have heard Tanya say that many months ago, and I'm kind of starting to fall into the same, that one, isn't it? Squeaky. The same habit. So we're going with the big one, which will be a music one, I think. There. So we'll stick it in. I think my plan is to fill it and then see how that binding is coping with the weight of what's in it. If it's coping all right, I quite like it. But if it's struggling a little bit to keep everything neat with the weight, I will stitch it. Yeah, grinding, I think that's what he's doing. I might be wrong. I think it's called grinding, and I can hear him doing it. I don't know if you can. And I'll put that one on in a minute. Is that the one? Yeah. Yeah, don't stay. But I'm used to I'm used to a bound journal, so it's new to me. But it might grow on me. Things do. You should ring the changes, shouldn't you? You should try new things. Like I often say when I'm doing things, what have I lost? I've got plenty more envelopes. I've downloaded that file so I can print it off whenever I want. So if I don't like it, I haven't lost any time because I've enjoyed what I've done. So I've probably only lost a few pieces of paper if I really dislike it. So give it a go. Oh. So having something on this kind of fastening might actually stop me overstuffing some things. It's the one that was going there, isn't it? Yeah. And the slightly smaller ones, did I say I was having them somewhere? See, we could have them here now, couldn't we? Do you think that's too much? No, I'm going to put them in. So, these are the ones that... Did we say the music tag was going in these? No. The other tags. The kit tag, sorry, you probably couldn't see that. I know I'm only gluing, but it's horrible hearing a noise and not knowing what someone's doing, isn't it? Maybe you could see, I don't know. The camera angle is slightly wider than it was, but like I said yesterday, I've tried to zoom it in a little bit more. What's that? Oh, sewing. So you get more detail. So it's lessened the width that you had. I'm just constantly trying to get a fine balance for you. Oops. The birds are singing, it's beautiful. To me saying it was winter here now in the UK. Or heading towards. Yeah, I'm guessing I should be doing some laundry and putting it out. It is still early though. Early-ish, well I presume. I don't know what time it is because I haven't got my clock. Well, I've got my clock here, but it hasn't got the batteries in it at the moment. If truth be told, I lent them to my nephew for his Xbox. I'm waiting to get some more when we go shopping. Hubby's day off tomorrow, so we'll be shopping tomorrow. Then I'll have my clock. You'll probably hear the tick-tock going again then. Let's get the right ink. Don't green on here. Now I'm thinking I don't want the bulk of an eyelet, a metal eyelet in here. But I did say I wasn't going to use anything other than the kit. So I don't know about a tab on the top. Ideally I'd put a little bit of lace on it, which just might. Just to give you something to pull. Right, I don't know if I'm wobbling the table and you're attached to it. Just trying to give it a little bit of character, a little bit of, because I'm not going to put anything on it. Oh, lovely. That's my word, isn't it, love? I love everything and I love that. Oops. Get rid of that. This one. So do you agree with me with the kit? It is It's lovely when it's cut out and inked, isn't it? I don't know about you, but I love getting things for free. Especially when they go with other things that you've got. You know, so I'm going to get a lot of use out of this kit. I mean, that pocket you could use over and over again in all sorts of things anyway, couldn't you? And like I said, you don't have to use digital papers as whole papers. Like, where's those elements that I cut up? You know, they're put together, the creators put them together with some lovely elements that you can kind of deconstruct then and make other things with. I do that quite a lot. Because no matter how many little pieces of you know, images and things you collect, you never seem to have the exact one you want all the time. Oh, I'm lethal with the glue on this project. Seem to have stuck something down there. Oh, you little devil. Yeah, I like it. I like that extra piece I've added in the centre. That bow probably needs to go that way a bit. Yeah, so it is moving around a little bit, but it does go back to centre easy. I've creased that. Don't know how I managed that, but you could always fold that over and stick it down if it got on your nerves. But I just like the wrinkly sound of it. Yeah, I think that's the thing that's causing the problem with this style of closure. It's a bit too slippy. Without it, it all seems fine. But I need it in there. I maybe need to stitch it onto another piece or something just to give it a little bit of strength. It's very flimsy. Or I could just print another piece of that paper, that pattern on ordinary paper. Yeah, so that's sliding around, so perhaps vellum is the issue with these. Right, that one, I didn't put the other one on. Yes, so that's going to be these, isn't it? Let me put the lid on the ink and try and get these squarish. Right, so that top should be square because that's the actual book. Let's cut a nice, and then what did we say? It was 16, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 8. I did it at 16. So we want to be about 7.5, and let's see. Oh, we're not far off. Sorry if you can't see. Yeah, lovely. So what do we want off it about that bottom bar there? Oops, that's next project sitting waiting. Yeah. Okay, this one. Yeah, it only wants a tiny bit off to make it level. And then about that second bar there. Lovely. I don't think I want those bits because they're stuck double together. Okay, so which one do we want as the front? Don't think it matters. No. I'm going to patch the straw paper and bits on the back. So what do we want on the front? I've got these. Let's get some inking around because nothing's standing out, is it? Oops, there you go, that's my signature blob. I'm wondering if to put some green around the actual tags themselves green ink as opposed to this brown. He's a cute little bunny, isn't he? I do love bunny rabbits. I'm a little bit scared of the pet ones though, I have to say. Obviously I never had any myself. My nephew, no, this is my great nephew that lives with me, but his dad, my nephew, he had quite a few bunny rabbits in his time, and they're sweet and everything, but you get the odd one that's a bit of a biter, and one of them really had a bite of my shoe, and his tooth nearly went, bit where my toe wasn't, thankfully. his tooth went, his teeth went straight through it, and it scared me a bit. I thought if that was me, he was biting, he'd make a right mess of me. So yeah, I like him. There's too much music on that for the music background. Like him, but I am quite scared of him, I have to say. There's Mr. Next Door's dog. Right, I think I'm not going to overdo the embellishment. I think this one maybe wants something up here a little bit. Because I've got these, but I've got this little cluster of offcuts. A little bit too much like that, isn't it? Goodness me, setting the neighbourhood dogs off now. They're all having a go. I don't really want to lose. I didn't want to lose that 191 page number. I liked it, but I want it as a tag, so it's got to go. And I'm thinking time. Oh, that's quite a sharp one, wasn't it? Interesting. Time really is getting away now, so I think I might have to do a part 2 with those 2 journal cards. Just do a little quick journal card make and put it up later on, because I'd rather it be too short than way too long, apart from the uploading, which takes forever. Yeah, because if I hadn't been long, I'd always join the other one on, couldn't I? Right, let's try not to be quite so steep. I don't know why I've gone on to inking this one before I've stuck this one down, actually. Put them on to remind me, excuse me, where they're going. Oh, yeah, I might just go over the top of this with some, just to bring the bright green down a bit with some of the brown walnut stain. Let's use the right dobber though. Oh, I didn't do the back of it. That's better. Yeah, you can still see that green, it's just brought it down more distressed. Okay, so if you enjoyed watching this, give me a thumbs up. I will complete this before you leave, but I just want to say there will be another part in a minute, so if you enjoyed watching it, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, that'd be lovely. But look out for the second half of this video if it's not connected here, and join me tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to stick these on and then stop at the camera. And the next thing you'll see will be the journal cards. And the whole thing put together. Oops. That fits just nice up there, doesn't it? What did I do with the other one? Oh, it's there. It's already on there. Chat to me in the comments, tell me what you think. Are you having a go at this? I don't know if I said or not, but the links will be in my description to Tanya's Buy Me a Coffee page, to these kits, where you can find this kit for free. So don't be fooled by the Buy Me a Coffee, it's free. And then yeah, if you do have a go and you're on the Facebook, let's see what you do with the kit, or if you ever got this, put it on there and let me have a look. I'd love to see what you create. Sweet little rabbit. Now I have actually got a stamp here with me that says cherish, which I quite liked with the other two things, the joy and the, what did I put, love. Yeah, I might just squeeze that one in the top of there. I'll let them dry first though. Okay, so I'm going to finish it here. Thank you so much. Hope you have a brilliant day, and look out for the next instalment.